Hello, and welcome to Minecraft Snapshot 24W03A. And the first thing we're going to be checking out is the spawn chunk changes. Really exciting. This is a really big lag-saving change right here. Finally, Minecraft's trying to do something about the lag. So if you're on Java Edition, you can press F3 and G, and you can see all the chunks. A chunk is a 16 by 16 area, and the world will actually generate in chunks. So if you've probably seen this in your video settings. You can change your render distance and simulation distance. And these are in chunks, so a chunk is one of these 16 by 16 areas right here. And that's where you'd probably most likely have seen it. Now the spawn chunks originally would save this original chunk and 9 chunks out. So this is the first chunk you count. I'll go down here and show you. So we have chunk 1, which is the one we're in. Then it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'd have 10 chunks saved in a range. And those 10 chunks would always be loaded. So if you've got 10 chunks away from you, so you can see over there, I've got my simulation distance and render distance at 10 chunks. So you can actually see how far in the world it's actually continually loading. So all this is always loaded. So all the animals and stuff, always loaded. So if you're walking around in the Minecraft world, and you have your render distance and simulation distance, and you're in the overworld at 10 chunks, you're actually loading 20 chunks instead of 10. Which is like crazy, because like most worlds, like for me, like if I was spawning this world right now, I'd probably leave this area and go build my base, look for somewhere cool, like maybe at a mountain or somewhere, you know. So a lot of players, like it's a lot of wasted like thing, and you can change it at any point. You can use a command and change it on servers if you want to have it be 10, and you actually make it all the way up to 32. Like with the simulation distance right here, you can make it 32 if you want. But now it's set to 2. So right here, this is all that's loaded now. 2 chunks. So 2 chunks would be, if we get rid of these, the original 10, look at that. Now, 2 chunks is this. This is it. 2 chunks. This chunk and then 1 chunk over. That's all that's loaded. So right here, that's it. This is the only part that's loaded now. I think that's a much better change, personally. Really, really huge change right there. Now, we can move on to the next thing added, and it's armadillos. Armadillos have finally got really good functionality. I heard a lot of people complaining about armadillo being a bad choice, but now, finally, this makes them worth it. Ready? Put your armadillo down. They roll up into a ball if you, like, sprint past them and stuff, which looks really cool. And they had a new texture change as well. If we have a look at them there. The eyes are now, instead of on the front of the head, they're on the side, which I think looks way better. Very cool. And now, the armadillo is not curled up in a ball. They'll actually scare spiders and cave spiders away, so they'll start running away. Which I think is so cool. Now we finally have another mob that scares away mobs. So we have the cat scares away creepers, the skeleton gets scared away by wolves, and now armadillos scare away spiders. All we need is something for zombies, and we literally you can have like you can have complete base defense without having any torches or anything, or anything like that. You can just have like an armadillo, a cat, and a wolf around you, and that like almost all the mobs in the game will run away from you, which is pretty crazy. That's really, really cool. The wolf also got some changes, so we're gonna tame this guy up real quick. Bam. So the wolf armor's been changed as well. I'm gonna put it on here. Bam. Look at that. The collar also wraps around the neck much more as well, which is pretty cool. And the changes are pretty cool. We can right click that there. Definitely really cool armor changes. That's what you want to see in like a Minecraft update. Actually having the armor look way better. Very, very cool. And now we're in 1.21. Checking out all the new features in this. So that was all those features were actually in part of the 1.20.5 update. And now this will be all the 1.21 update features. So another thing I actually forgot to say in that part was armadillos will also now spawn in the Badlands, which is really, really cool. Actually makes Badlands actually like a biome you want to explore now. Because now, I think that makes armadillos the only passive mob to spawn in a Badlands, which is pretty cool. Now, the big change in this update is that breezes will now deflect basically all projectiles, which is really cool. And they'll deflect them in the same direction that you shot it from. So, go over here, shoot it from here. See, it shoots it straight back at me. So, if we get really close to the breeze and fire an arrow, you might actually be able to hit yourself with it. So, projectiles are now completely useless on the breeze. There's no point actually trying to use projectiles on them, which is really good. You have to get in there close and use your sword attack, which which is pretty cool, or your axe or whatever weapon you want to use, but nothing projectile. And that makes the breeze really good, because the breeze like shoots you back with its you know, air. It uses its air to actually shoot you back. So the breeze is now much more scary in that, like, you want to get close to it, but it keeps launching you back, which with its knockback, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and the last thing is the stone cutter. Now if you put copper block in there, you can get a 1-for-1 with the copper grate, which is pretty cool, making that even better. Very cool. I think that's all the things in the new snapshot. Very cool. First one of the year, but actually a really big one. The spawn changes are really huge. And the Armadillo, I'm sure there'll be some spider farms with the Armadillo coming soon. I'm sure, like, you know, it'll speed up rates somehow. It'll be really good. Sort of like with this, the creepers in the, you know, you have creepers in the creeper farm. You have the cats with them, you know. Like, speed that up really fast, you know. You could probably have, like, spider spawners and then, I don't know, armadillos. Something like that. Very cool. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Minecraft. First snapshot video of the year. Really awesome. Stay tuned for all the rest of the snapshots, and I'm going to be playing all the new updates. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.